How many times have you gotten a request from your loved one for $10, 15, 20? Just need it for cigarettes, mom. Just need to get something to eat, mom. Just need to whatever, mom. I remember a very distinct moment standing in the living room of my home where I hit Cash App Send, which was so easy to do. And I looked my spouse in the eye and I lied about doing it. And as I did it, inside, I just crumbled. And it was just a few more minutes before I just basically almost fell to my knees. It felt like it, and said, I have a problem. I desperately wanted to do something for my son. And that was the easiest thing to do, was to hit Cash App Send. And I finally had that reckoning of I did not want to be the one who sent him his last $10, because that was very possible. So I knew I needed to tackle this for myself and get super, super clear that his request would trigger me and I would need to pause and take a few deep breaths and not respond. And if he would call me, I would need to take a deep breath and decide in that moment or previous to that moment, was I going to answer? Because I knew I was vulnerable to his requests. Are you vulnerable to your loved one's requests? Do you get triggered to do something? And the easiest thing to do is hit Cash App Send. I'm going to strongly encourage you to take some deep breaths and make decisions prior to those requests. Well, do you want to be the last $10 he or she receives? That really is the question. Because what I know to be true now is that my son was incredibly resourceful. I was kind of a last ditch request. And at the same time, I knew from a friend of mine who was a recovering meth addict that I was just in a line of people that he was sending these requests to or calls to. And if I didn't give him the money, next, next, next. So please understand, no matter how much they yell or scream or anything along those lines at you, they will find a way to get their drugs. You just have to decide if you're going to be the supplier or not. Because every time you give them money, it's a deal being made. And you get to choose. Am I part of this equation? Am I part of their addiction? Am I actually addicted to giving them money? Am I addicted to them being in disease? After I had that meltdown, I made a very distinct decision. I was not going to be the one. And I practiced it. And I practiced it. And I practiced it. And the next request I got, I didn't respond. And the next verbal request I got, I said no. And I hung in there, even if I cried when I got off the phone. So it's up to you. Decide who you want to be in the course of their disease. I made my decisions. I made the decision to change. I made the decision to be in control of my power and not be controlled by the disease that my son was dealing with. Which do you choose? Which do you choose?